Hi guys, welcome to another video. So which is the best all-round brand? Who takes the award for the brand that does it all, that's crossed over and in every category? So bags, ready to wear, shoes, SLGs, costume jewellery, accessories, etc. So who's got it all? Which of the top fashion brands is going to take the award? Is it Hermes? Is it Chanel? Is it Dior? Is it Louis Vuitton? Is it Fendi? Is it Gucci? We can go on and on. So let's find out. So which brand does it all? Well, a lot of them do it all and do it all really, really well. Some brands have managed to do the crossover. They all have a heritage, they all start somewhere, and it might be that they've started with bags and done the crossover, the transition into other categories. It may be that they are known for a certain category like shoes. So, and then they've managed to again do the crossover into other categories. So I find it really interesting is the history behind them and what's made some of them manage the crossover really well and some of them no, you only would buy that particular thing from that brand. You wouldn't buy another category. So let's first of all talk about my take on the brands that I think do it all and do it all well. So I'm not going to go into every brand in a lot of detail, otherwise we will be here all day and all night. However, the brands that I think do it well across the board are Hermes, Chanel, Dior, Fendi, Louis Vuitton. I think they're the ones that we all know, we all love, we all have our favourites, etc. However, they all have excelled in the categories of bags, shoes, SLGs, accessories, costume jewellery, etc. So when you take Hermes, for example, I'm not going to go into the history of each one, because as I say, we'll be here too long. But somebody like Hermes, obviously there's the horse, the equestrian background and heritage, and it's evolved into different types of leather goods. So it's gone into handbags and SLGs, and also they've gone into shoes. They are known for their silk scarves and their accessories, their costume jewellery. I've got some on today. So this is the click clack bracelet. So I think Hermes has done it really well because yes, I would and have. Let's grab one. Bought a bag or two from Hermes, beautifully crafted, etc. Shoes, yes, I don't own a pair. I don't own a pair of Hermes shoes. I don't know why. I would buy them. I just haven't yet. But yeah, they are the shoes are loved across the board. They really are. Small leather goods. I haven't got it with me, but I will do a cutaway. This is the Calvi card holder. So they do SLGs incredibly well. As I say, they do costume jewellery really well. They do, if we look at Twillies and the silk scarves, they are known for the quality of their silk. And yeah, I only have Twillies. I don't have any of the bigger silk scarves as yet. But yeah, they are like world renowned for their silk. Ready to wear. Now, ready to wear is a funny one in Hermes, isn't it? Because for me, it's a bit of a funny one. There's some very interesting designs in Hermes. Some of the items are just very classic. They go with their bags and their scarves, some beautiful knitwear, some beautiful silk, part silk and part fine knit tops and things like that. They do some beautiful capes. Then some of the things are a little bit off the wall. It's a little bit, yeah, I can't quite work it out. And yeah, price wise, it's crazy expensive. So I don't think, controversial maybe, I don't think Hermes do ready to wear as well as some of the other categories. So that's Hermes. So let's talk about Chanel very, very quickly. So you can see the beautiful Chanel 19 there. I have my classic flap here and the trendy is up there, although you can't see it in the shop today. So obviously Chanel, Coco Chanel, all the history and heritage. They are known for their bags, for their classic flaps, for their beautiful leathers, yeah, nothing more needs to be said about Chanel in the handbag category. Shoes, I have a pair of Chanel sneakers and I've talked about these before. They are incredible. They are super expensive. They are one of the best pairs of shoes I've ever bought. They are super comfortable, look beautiful. I would 100% recommend Chanel footwear. Ready to wear, absolutely. It's just super expensive. It just is. But the jackets, the tweed jackets, um, cardigans. Oh, there's just, yeah, even the swimwear. There's some really beautiful pieces in Chanel, and for me, they do it extremely, exquisitely well. It's just super expensive. Accessories, well, yeah, I have some earrings here that I will show you. So I have a couple of pairs of Chanel earrings. I don't buy a lot of Chanel costume jewellery. However, this is one of the pairs. I've talked about these ones before. So yeah, I think Chanel do costume jewellery extremely well. I think there's a slight little question mark over the quality of Chanel costume jewellery versus the price of it. That is for you to decide, but I think as a brand, I think they've got the category absolutely nailed. I think they do some absolutely beautiful costume jewellery. Scarves, yeah, I don't own any Chanel scarves, but absolutely they are beautiful. They are timeless. There's twillies, there's all different sizes of shawls, woolly scarves. I think again they've got that completely nailed. SLGs, well, I only have a couple of SLGs from Chanel, but this is one I'll show you. This is the card holder, and this is in the red lambskin with gold hardware. And I've only stopped using this recently because I've started using my Calvi from Hermes, and I'm loving the Calvi, but I love this too, so I will swap back into this at some point. And again, for an affordable piece of luxury from one of the fashion houses, these are just amazing. So I do think they're expensive SLGs, but I think Chanel have it. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. So I think you're all going to know what I'm going to say about LV. Well, yeah, we can see my little favourite there. And I've just bought the side trunk. I just love it. I'm having a real moment with Louis Vuitton at the moment. I really am. I'm just loving everything. However, so I'm a little bit biased at the moment. However, when you look at every single category in Louis Vuitton, they smash it out the park, don't they? Now, the bags, they obviously come, they are, their heritage is from trunks, from trunk making. And then it went into handbags. And they're such a long established company. So their handbags, the canvas, the leather, the suitcases, the luggage, the trunks, obviously they smash that out of the park, don't they? With regard to shoes, I don't own a pair of shoes. I've tried them on numerous times. I just think they're expensive and I'm just not sure about which ones that I particularly would buy. However, yeah, they appeal to so many people. I think they do that category extremely well. Doesn't matter if I've bought them or not. They do the category extremely, extremely well. Costume jewellery, again, amazing. I've got a couple of pieces. I've got these. I don't know if they are to show you these, but these are the little LVs. And again, for an affordable piece of luxury, the costume jewellery in Louis Vuitton, I think, is definitely worth a look. It really, really is. SLGs. I just think, honestly, Louis Vuitton SLGs are just the best of any brand. I think they're the best. I think this is the Victorine wallet. I can never remember if it's the Zoe or Victorine, but I think it's a Victorine. And it's just easy, usable, durable. I just think they've got it absolutely nailed. And when you compare the prices across the board, I don't think they're that bad. Again, other accessories in Louis Vuitton, their scarves, their gloves, they're just, yeah, their scarves are absolutely beautiful. I've got about 3 or 4 of the shine shawls, and I have a couple of, I think they call them bandeaus, they don't call them twillies in Louis Vuitton. I've got quite a few different scarves, and yeah, they are very, very good. So I think as an all-round brand, Louis Vuitton has to be up there. It just does everything really, really well. So just talking about Louis Vuitton and ready to wear, and I think they have Again, there's things I like, the things I don't like. One of my absolutely favourite things that I own is my Louis Vuitton coat. It is stupid expensive. I feel $1,000,000 in it. And I've said before, there's not often times that I will say that. I never feel great in clothes. Whole other subject. Whole other video we could be doing on that. However, that coat, oh, I just feel really nice in it. So for me, Louis Vuitton ready to wear is amazing. I don't like everything. Some of it's too quirky, some of it's too out there for me, but the classic pieces are just amazing. So let's talk about Dior. So Dior, obviously Christian Dior, fashion design. It's gone into shoes, into bags, into more ready to wear rather than couture. So what do we think about Dior across the board as a brand? Well, the handbags speak for themselves. They are exquisite, they're expensive, they're beautiful, but yeah, they're amazing. The SLGs, again, not too badly priced. I'm a Louis Vuitton lover for SLGs, but Dior, you can't knock the brand for their range of SLGs. So I think that they, again, have absolutely nailed that. Ready to wear. I don't own any Dior ready to wear, and I really want to. There are so many things I love. So yeah, I mean, again, I can do a whole video on each subject, on each brand, but for this video of saying which is the best all-round brand, for ready to wear, Dior, number one for me. I'd love so many pieces from it. So yeah, I love Dior. Costume jewellery, I have quite a few pieces. I'm wearing some today. These are the I think these are, I don't even know what they're called, but they're hoops, and they are Jadior hoops, and I've worn these loads. They're incredibly light. They were very, very affordable in the luxury world. I've got quite a few Dior costume jewellery pieces, and I love them. I love them. And also scarves. My favourite ever scarf is my Dior oblique. It's like a washed out denim oblique shawl scarf, and it's my favourite scarf out of everything I've got. So Dior, yeah, again across the board, I think they're amazing. So what about the brands that haven't quite made it across the board? So I'm talking about brands like Christian Louboutin. So these are I've talked about these before, my love-hate relationship with Christian Louboutin shoes. However, you cannot deny and you cannot argue against the brand for shoes. People lust after these. They want the red sole, the beautiful, sexy shoes. They're crippling. Anyway, that's aside. We cannot deny that as a brand for shoes, Christian Louboutin have it absolutely nailed. I went to London a few weeks ago and I saw some shoes. I'll put a picture here. They were £2,500 for these shoes. Now I'm sure that not everybody's running out to buy them. However, people will pay that for some Christian Louboutin shoes. So in the shoes category, they have it absolutely nailed. However, when they've tried to do the transition over to bags and SLGs, I'm not saying they've failed, because they haven't. They're still producing bags. But yeah, they haven't quite done it, have they? We're not all clambering in the luxury world. There's an odd bag here and there that you sort of think is quite edgy and quite nice. Obviously, it goes with the shoes, but how many out there, you tell me in the comments, if you have some Christian Louboutin shoes, which many of us have you bought a bag to match, or something, not even to match, but have you gone and then bought a Christian Louboutin bag? I haven't. There's never been a bag that I have lusted after, and even if it's one that I've quite liked, I wouldn't pay that for a Christian Louboutin bag. However, I would pay 3 times that for a Chanel bag or a Hermes bag or a Dior bag. So there's a difference in branding, in marketing, and I'm not quite sure why it hasn't sort of caught on. I don't know whether people are like, oh no, I only buy shoes from there, I wouldn't buy a bag. They're known for shoes, they're shoemakers. They are not handbag retailers, even though they are. I think the same goes for, maybe controversially here, but maybe for Jimmy Choo as well. Now, I have a couple of pairs of Jimmy Choo. I've got some boots and I've got some shoes. They're known. Jimmy Choo is a shoemaker, I know the brand has evolved since then, but it did start off with Jimmy Choo being a shoemaker, and it's continued with that. Now, yes, of course, they have gone into handbags, and yeah, they haven't quite done it, have they? Again, would I buy a Jimmy Choo handbag? I'm not sure. I like the little bonbon bag, but would I buy one? I don't really know. And again, is it a bit of a, a brand snobbery thing where you think, oh no, I'm not interested in Jimmy Choo bags, but I'd pay double that for a Louis Vuitton one. It's as if they can command the prices and the market for the shoes, but they haven't quite done it with the bags. And I'm not sure if that is our perception of it or whether actually you guys think I'm completely wrong and they have transitioned really well and they've priced them perfectly and etc. So let me know what you think. I think the same goes for Cartier. So Cartier jewelers, unbelievable in the jewellery department, and we're talking fine jewellery. They've tried to transition into bags, and yeah, I don't know anybody that's got a Cartier bag. They're just not. Yeah, they look a bit like the jewellery boxes. They're just not for me. But I would love some Cartier jewellery. So again, they have positioned themselves in the market to to go for the jewellery market because that's their heritage, that's who they are. But they have tried to transition into other things. Bulgari, I think, have done it better. So Bulgari, again, or Bulgari, never sure how to say it. They're very good. Obviously, they're fine jewellery. They do some more costume jewellery pieces, but they are known for their fine jewellery and their watches, as our Cartier. And then, yeah, they've transitioned into bags and they've done it much more successfully. So why have they done it? Have they appealed to a different market? I personally am not really interested in Bulgari. I'm not, the bags haven't, it's not that I wouldn't buy the brand, it's just the bags don't appeal to me. They're a bit too fancy. I'm not very fancy. So yeah, but I do think for the market that they're in, I think they've done it really well. And I was talking to Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet the other day, and I was talking about this video that I was about to film, and she made a good point that I'll link her details up above and below, etc. And she made the point that it's actually a mindset shift as well to look at fine jewellery in some of the bigger houses. So would you, if you had a lot of money to spend and you wanted some fine jewellery, would you buy it from Hermes or Dior or Chanel or Louis Vuitton? Or would you go to Cartier or Bulgari? So yeah, there's sort of an inverse way of looking at it, isn't there? That you might not go to Cartier for one of their handbags, but you certainly would go there for some fine jewellery. But on the flip side of it, would you only go to Louis Vuitton, for example, or Dior for some costume jewellery? But they do some beautiful fine jewellery pieces. I tried on a beautiful pendant in Dior when I saw the beautiful Josh. So hi Josh, if you're watching this. When I met my friend Lorna from Lorna Sal. Hi Lorna. And we went to London, we went to Bond Street and met Josh, and he was showing us some of the fine jewellery pieces. And again, if I can find some footage, I'll put it here. And yeah, there's a mindset shift, isn't there? Would you pay thousands of pounds for a fine jewellery piece from Dior? Or would you only go to Van Cleef or go to Cartier if you're wanting fine jewellery? If you're wanting to spend money on a watch, would you only go to Rolex or Cartier or Bulgari? Or would you be happy to buy a Chanel watch or a Hermes watch or a LV watch? Or would you say, no, they're not watchmakers. I would go to a watchmaker if I was spending money on a watch. So I just found it a really interesting topic as to how our brains work, and we think, oh no, can't buy from there because that is not their heritage, so it won't be as good. But actually, as Amelia said I think she said in previous videos, but we were talking about it the other day, she's got a LV Louis Vuitton, I think it's called the Vault, fine jewellery piece, necklace, and it is stunning. And it is absolutely stunning. Every time she wears it, yeah, it really stands out, doesn't it? So she absolutely you know, will buy fine jewellery from Louis Vuitton. But again, her story is that maybe she wouldn't have looked at it in the past. So it's her story to tell. So I'll let her explain it in a video maybe at some point. But yeah, she wears that. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I think she's been converted that it doesn't mean it's not as good. Obviously, it's beautiful. It's beautiful fine jewellery. So back to the point in question. So which is the best all-round brand? Well, we'll all have a different opinion on this, won't we? Is the best all-round, meaning across the board, across all categories, some, you know, one of these brands isn't the best in any of them, but has a good spread of everything, so that they're very average at everything, but it brings them out being the best overall? Or are we looking at this, that who is the best in each category, add it up and blah, blah, blah? We don't have to get too technical about it. I'm going to look at this as to which brand, if I had to buy a piece from each, I suppose, each category from that brand, which brand would I go to? So for me, there is only one winner, and it is Louis Vuitton, because from every category I have either bought or would definitely buy from every category. I think there's only shoes that I haven't bought so far, but I will do because I love Louis Vuitton shoes. So I think Louis Vuitton across the board, that do, you know, especially at the accessories, they do stationery, they do luggage, everything. Anyway, it's Louis Vuitton for me, because I think that every category they've nailed. So that is my winner. Yeah, it's just my personal preference. I think all the top fashion houses do it so well across the board. My winner is Louis Vuitton. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on another one.